Well, hello there, and welcome back. We are in the middle of nowhere, but there's the horses. I started this video once already, and I got interrupted. So you guys got spared. I have written down the coordinates this time, and I'm going to see if I can't find those mules. If I can't find the mules, then I will come back and get a horse. But even though the mules are not as pretty, I still would rather have one because, as you've seen, my inventory gets full, stays full, and a mule with saddlebags would be quite handy. But yeah, I had started my video, and I was into it about 15 minutes or so, not much. And my phone rang. Well, I don't have a lot of people I talk to in the real world. Most of my friends are online, and my close ones are very few. Very, very few. So, there are two people that call me regularly. And one is a gaming buddy of mine I've talked about in other videos, known as Rift Cortex, RC Rift, whichever nickname happens to pop out. And he calls me, and my son calls me, and that's about it. You may think, oh my gosh, that's so sad, but you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I am not a phone person. Really not. Now, if we have something to talk about, I'm good. But I'm not one of these people who likes to just sit on the phone and listen to somebody breathe. You know? If you have something to talk about, let's discuss it. But if you have to search for conversation, then we probably have other things we could be doing, and you can call me back when you have something to say. That might sound kind of rude, but, you know, that's the way I am, I guess. I'm just rude. But anyway, so my son calls me, and he and his roommates, we were going to all go, oh, wow. Wow. Let's not let the dogs fall in there. We were thinking about all going grocery shopping together. I don't have a vehicle. And so when I need to go grocery shopping, I have to pay for the transit system we have here in town. And it's not a big deal. It doesn't cost that much, but it's a hassle when you buy very many groceries to lug the bags on and off the vehicle and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we had talked about he and his roommate coming and picking me up, and we would all go shopping together, and that way I wouldn't have to mess with the transit, and it could just be done, and I could just do my whole month shopping at one time, because I really hate to go shopping. I really hate shopping. So my son calls and says, Mom, we're not gonna stay very long. So, do you want to just make a list of what you need and we'll pick it up for you? Yeah, I am good with that. So, that's what I did. Had he just called to say, hey, and tell me something real quick, I would have just left it in the video and moved along. But I had to stop and make a grocery list, and I had to think about what I have and what I need and what I want and blah, blah, blah. And try to think up a few menus in my head because I really hate to cook for myself. I'm not one of these people who loves to cook anyway, but I don't mind cooking for my son, you know, when he was home. Or if he comes to visit or whatever. I don't mind cooking for him. But when it's just me, it's like, really? And I guess I kind of go into what people stereotype men for, the bachelor mode. And I eat whatever's fast and easy and takes little effort and that kind of thing. So anyway, I had to make a list, figure out what I wanted, and wait for him to show up. And because then that was going to be another interruption. And then knowing he and his roommate, it wasn't going to take them too awful long, and they would be right back with the groceries. Now, they're not as fast as I am, because I can whip through that store quick. I can go into Walmart and buy a month's worth of groceries. Even when he was living with me, I could buy a month's worth of groceries and be finished in 30 minutes. And that includes the line. I really hate to shop. So I go in, I get what I need, I get out. So anyway, there wasn't any point in just pausing for a moment and then pausing for another moment and pausing for another moment. So I just killed the video and deleted it and decided to do some of my traveling while I was waiting. And it's a really good thing I did do that, because wow, I am not finding those mules. Because I was trying to have the F3 up, and as you can see, that takes up half the screen. And it wouldn't do any good to make the font smaller, because then I wouldn't be able to see it. So it's either too big and it clutters up the screen, or if there was a way to reduce it, I wouldn't be able to see it because I'm old. My eyes are old. So I took off and I had the F3 on and tried to go through a jungle, and I'd go one direction and X would be right, but Y would be wrong, or Z would be wrong. And so I'd switch and go another direction, and Z would be right and X would be wrong. And then of course the whole time I'm trekking through the jungle, there's bushes and vines and creepers trying to blow me and the pups up, and my camera spinning was making me nauseous, so I can imagine what it would have been doing to the viewer. So it was really a bad deal. And I have circled right back around, haven't I? Yes, I have. Really want a mule. But you know what? We'll take a horse. We can always unsaddle it and set it free later when we find a mule. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. At least it will increase my efficiency for traveling. All right, so let's get ready. Let's get this. Which one do we want? They're all pretty. Yeah, we'll take this one. Okay, we fed him some sugar. Now we're going to get on. Okay, he let us on. If I can stay on long enough to get hearts. No, he kicked me off. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, he kicked me off. Let me on here. Want some more sugar? Nope. Wow, you're just ornery. Oh, we got hearts. Yay! You see the little hearts above my bar? Now when I hit inventory, I get his inventory and my inventory. So we now have a saddle, which means we can control which direction we go. Coolness. Coolness, coolness, coolness. Okay, so now what I would like to do is let's see how fast he goes. Watch. See, he just races right over. Now watch, I'll jump right down a ravine and die. Kill us both. They're so fun. And there's the puppies. Okay, I have no idea if you can teleport with the horse. I have not tried that yet. I will do it at some point when we're like back home, and I'll try to teleport like 5 blocks away or something. But for now, what I would like to do is let's try to find okay, that's the one I was trying to find. That's the one we found in a previous video. Let's try to find this one. Well, actually, let's shoot for this one. It's in the plains. Let's write that down and we'll head that direction, and we may run into a different one on the way. Okay, coordinates 1824 and negative 1280. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and write the chunk down. That's something I've never messed with. I may have to keep an eye on that and see if that helps me navigate a little bit better. Because when I try to navigate with the F3, with the coordinates, I don't pay attention to the chunk. And maybe I should. Maybe that would make things simple. Alright, so we want to go to 1824. Well, we're not far from that. And negative 1280. We are far from that. So let's see. Negative 1280 is this way. Alright, so let's go this way. Wow, we are covering some ground. Nice. We gotta wait and let the graphics load in. Okay, we're looking for negative 1280. I'm thinking it may be on the other side of that. Now, the only downside that I have found so far with horses is you get into these areas with all the leaves and it becomes an issue. Oh, it's this. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep real quick. And hopefully he'll still be here when we wake up. I want to get him named so that there is less likelihood of him running off, disappearing. Alright, now which direction were we going? Negative 1280. Nope. This way, I think. Yeah. Negative 1280. Erga. I can't do that shift click with while I'm mounted on the horse, because apparently it tries to open his inventory and messes it up. Okay. Let's get out of this forest. All these leaves. Ugh. Ugh. This ought to be fun in the jungle, huh? Okay, are we still stuck in the leaves? Really? Yes, really. Alright. Ah, yes. Wolves. See? Did you see all that on the ground? And they can jump. Oh my gosh, they can jump. And I do believe we have some horse armor at home that we got from a dungeon. Like saddles, horse armor cannot be crafted. It is only... Alright, negative 1280 is what we're looking for. So we ought to be getting close. I think if we can get out of this flippin' forest, we might be okay. Now, when you go through the water, if the water is shallow, like it's only 1 block deep or whatever, then it's no big deal. Otherwise, you will basically be washed off of the horse, and you have to kind of nudge it along in the water, help him swim. I think I'm hitting lag pockets because the stuff is trying to load too fast because he moves so fast. I think we are almost out of this forest. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, there's a Tegra, or Tega. I say that wrong all the time. And by the way, just so you guys know, if you see a typo in anything I have posted, or if you hear me call something by the wrong name, feel free to correct me, because I would rather be correct than to have that on my channel. Alright, let's get up here. Can we get up here? Come on. I know you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. My nieces and nephews, most of their life, or well, maybe not most of it, but quite a bit of their life, they grew up around me, and I helped take care of them quite often, before and after school, picked them up from school, that kind of thing. And so my son, even though, as far as my side of the family goes, he's an only child, but he grew up with his cousins around him regularly, one in particular, and so they were together all the time, and they were with me a lot. Of course, they were with their mother too. I'm not saying I raised them, but my son was with her a lot, her kids were with me a lot. It was one of those kind of deals. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying now. I spent too much time trying to explain that. Okay, honey. You need to go this way. Come on. I'm gonna drown trying to get this horse. Come on. All right. Oh, I was talking about being corrected. Anyway, so they had to listen to me correct them a lot. I corrected their grammar a lot. Am I an English teacher? No, I am not. Is my grammar perfect? Hardly. But I do make an effort to at least be correct as much as I can. Okay, I lost him again. Come on. You just kind of got to bump him. Get up there. There you go. Alright, so maybe... Now, what was that first number? 1824? So I'm thinking... We just went across there, and now I think we gotta go right back. Well, that's okay. We found the shallow spot. Okay. Negative 1281. So anyway, I corrected them a lot for basic grammar. You know, like I'm saying, I'm not an English teacher, and I'm not perfect. But, last Thanksgiving, I think, I mispronounced a word or something, and my niece corrected me, and I was surprised. And actually, I was proud of her. Of course, she's grown now. It's not like she's a kid anymore. But I'm not above... Oh! Yay! Yay! We found one! I am not above being corrected. I try to correct myself. Oh, they have carrots. They might have potatoes. All right, let's put him in somewhere. I wonder, can I jump him over this fence? Yes, I can. All right, you stay in here. I'll be back. Oh, really? Okay. And the pups are going to be in the way. Wow, this village needs some work. We may stay and work on this one. It's not near as small as the other one, but it definitely needs some work. Alright, what time of day is it? The sun is going down. Let's get out here a little ways, a distance, and where is the sun? There it is. Let's get out here far enough away that hopefully we can keep everything from spawning in the village. And we're close enough, we'll be able to find it easily. Yeah, we can still see it. Let's get away, let's get away, let's get away. Okay. Oh, we need to eat. Can only sleep at night. Well, it's about to be night. And you know what? I have a feeling that we may hang out in this village for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here and pick it back up when we go back to the village. I hope you enjoyed this video. You're so lucky you missed out on all that navigation through the jungle. That was, oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. So please come back for the next episode and we will look at this village and see what needs to be done. And it's going to be fun. I like doing stuff like this. We will see you later.